Hey folks, Todd Tramonte here with Market Experts Realty and Todd Tramonte Home Selling Team. We've got Jeremy Payne with us, one of our marketing specialists on the Dallas side of the Metroplex. And what we've got here is basically the DFW Market Explained video, updated for 2019, and we're going to talk to you about the Dallas side. A lot of things about the Dallas market in 2019 are very similar to 2018. Some things are different. So some of what's the same is that prices are going up. And we're seeing home values really everywhere, especially to the north, continue to climb. And what I mean by especially to the north is it used to be that the inner ring, Richardson, Plano, Dallas stuff was super expensive. And then you could start seeing some pricing drop off to the north. Is that happening?
No.
No, it's not. Bad news. Sorry. The good news, though, is really all of this is Dallas now. If you meet somebody in the airport in another part of the country and they ask you where you're from, all of these people are going to say Dallas. And really all of this feels like Dallas, right? So if you grew up around here, this used to feel like way out there, and it doesn't anymore. Development has pretty much connected us all. When you go off the board up here, that's the very beginning of starting to feel that way again. And that's not going to last very long either. So we're seeing pricing in Richardson very, very strong. Demand still very, very high. Days on market still lower than most areas, things like that. When you get up into Allen and get out to Fairview and Lucas and start moving out towards the lake and to the east, we start to see a tiny bit of price fall off, but still very, very little compared to what you might be expecting if the last time you bought or sold was 10, 12, 15 years ago. You've been selling quite a bit. Kind of to the north and to the west, as well as kind of home base over here. Garland is one of those pockets that people have kind of slept on for a little while, and Garland has caught up quickly. In other videos, we've talked about how East Richardson used to be more affordable and slightly less pace of market than the west side of Richardson, and really caught up quickly in 15, 16, 17, 18. We're seeing that in Garland now, where Garland sort of was just a pace behind East Richardson. Now that's happening again. You're starting to see that wave move out. The pricing in Garland is still a little bit more affordable, but that's not lasting long. That inventory is getting eaten up. You sold a few over there?
Just this weekend, we sold one here in Garland, and I looked back for the last 2 years in this neighborhood. It set an all-time record for the highest price in Garland. Relative to the rest of it, it's still a little bit more affordable, which is great, but prices are still definitely going up.
Great job. And that's an area that if in the past you weren't thinking about, you ought to think about. Location to town is really, really positive, and we're seeing the quality of construction and things like that become really, really attractive in the Garland, especially North Garland, Firewheel area. Murphy, Wiley, Saxe, that triangle out there has exploded. There's almost no dirt left. Houses are being built. Developers are really, really attacking that area. When you get up into the Colony, Louisville, Farmers Branch, Little Elm, those again used to be the very edge of things. Development has just pushed all the way up into Denton. You've sold a few in Denton, Argyle lately.
And a lot of this is coming from all of the huge corporations that are moving right into this West Plano, Frisco, Colony Square. And people don't want to always be right in the hot spot, so they're looking to move further out, and that's why your Prosper, Salina, Denton, all of those
Legacy has exploded. Now we're seeing even some of the original movement to Legacy spider out. We just brought several tenants from the Legacy area over here to City Line in Richardson. Some of that new development is being backfilled with some of the reload to the other areas. We've heard lots of exciting things about Grapevine. We'll do another video on the Fort Worth side, but really everything to the north is still very fast-paced. A lot of energy and very little inventory, low housing availability, development of roads and land, commercial, residential, all very, very hot. Now, when you get down here, you've been down there quite a bit. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so in the past, you've seen a little bit of a longer days on market average when you move down to some of these areas. But I've just met this last 2 weeks with 3 different sellers, 2 of them here in Duncanville and one of them in kind of southwest Dallas area. All 3 of those neighborhoods had average days on market less than 2 weeks. So homes are selling really quickly in certain neighborhoods and really just in the whole area. And it's taking good marketing plans to really understand how to capture certain buyers, because there's obviously different types of buyers in each of these markets. And we want to be able to capitalize on all
Yeah.
of that.
One of the cool trends we've seen for a long time on the southern portion of the Dallas side is opportunity for some larger homes. It is not uncommon to find the 5-bedroom, the 3,000, 4,000 square foot home in Duncanville and surrounding areas. Even when you get southeast to Mesquite, the southern side starting to offer some really large, especially new construction, some really large
Yeah.
homes that are really hard to find until you get out to Frisco or the newer parts of McKinney. So that's something to think about
Yeah.
too in the area as far as location, school district, but house size is a big deal because those are harder to find in other areas. Forney and Mesquite have grown up. Again, those used to be out on the edge, and now they've really grown in the development, commercial, residential, even the roads. It's just become a much faster deal. When 190 connected to 30, Rowlett exploded, and that really allowed Saxe to grow up and the ability to be out here and still get back into town quickly. So infrastructure, residential, commercial, all those things are really explosive in these areas. Listen, there's no way we're going to hit every single area. If you have a question or a comment, drop it below. We'd be happy to answer that for you. Or maybe we'll just shoot a whole nother video on that area that you're interested in or that concerns you. We wanted to give you an update to a previous video and let you know generally what's happening in 2019. My final thought is we expect these trends to continue pretty much throughout 2019. The pace of growth is slowing a tiny bit, but we are still very much growing in North Texas, especially on the Dallas side. Stay tuned for the Fort Worth side video. And if you like it, give us a thumbs up, let people know it's a good one. Share this with anybody that needs the information. And by all means, subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep making great videos for you in the future. Thanks, buddy.
Thank you
for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon.